What's up, guys? Go back to a video, and with Morbius now out in theaters, and to me, like with this movie, especially starting with the Jared Leto as a Michael Morbius, and with this film, it wasn't what I expected it to be, but the story was like okay, but like I think it's like a bad one, especially with the plot, with the characters, especially with Michael Morbius and Milo played by Matt Smith as well, and plus those are two post credit scenes which totally make like no sense at all, but they were totally cool to see. It definitely set up the future of what's to come in the Marvel universe as well. So in this video, this will be my official review for Morbius, including go over the film, getting middle to end, and go over its post credit scenes as well. But if you have not seen the movie, this is going to be your spoiler warning, because we're going to be talking about the movie and to talk about the two post credit scenes as well. So let's get into it. So the film opens up in Costa Rica, where we see Michael Morbius is going to collect the bad DNA as he's trying to make a cure and to save him, because he has a rare blood disease, even though he's gifted and he's a doctor, and he's going to collect bad DNA, from that cave, as likely that we saw in the trailers. And then we get to his childhood in Greece, and to where he's living in an orphanage, and then we see him makes friends with Milo, and then with the adult version played by Matt Smith, and then we see the two of them talking, which with Milo, he has the same blood disease as Michael, and then we see the two of them talking, with Milo, he says to Michael, if he could be normal for like 1 hour, what would he do? And then with Michael saying that, like, responds to Milo that he would find a cure for them, and then we see a conversation between Michael's mentor with Michael himself, and with Michael's mentor saying that like Michael should go to a school for the gifted, and of course he's smart, and he becomes a doctor and wins the Nobel Prize, and he's like gifted as well, and to go into the school for the gifted, and then he leaves behind a letter for Milo saying that he's going to the school for the gifted, and then when his letter flies out, and it ends up with them being beaten up by bullies. And then we get to adult Michael Morbius, who's living life as a doctor, and then it opens with them winning the Nobel Prize, and then we see him like working life as a doctor, trying to like find a cure, and then we see a cave full of bats, and the ones that he has collected from their DNA just to make the cure, and then he tries like on a few test subjects to see if the cure would work, and then when he thought it would fail after trying to save a patient from like having a stroke and from dying, he sees that like the -1 test subjects it works, and he has a doctor helping him out as well. But we did get a mention of our Horizon Labs, and to where Peter Parker works in comics. And then we get to where Michael is reunited with the adult Milo played by Matt Smith, and then we see the two of them talking, and then with Michael saying to Milo, saying that he found a cure for both of them, and with Michael saying to Milo that it could work, with the cure that it would work. And then we get to the container ship on the eastern seaboard, where we see Morbius trying to cure himself, and with the Dr. Bancroft trying to cure him as well. And then with the cure that's inside with Morbius, he like gets the after effects of the cure, turning him into a vampire. And then there's this like attack on the ship when the guys with guns are trying to attack Morbius, who's now a living vampire. Of course, he's like no anti-hero. He like saves and like kills people as well. And then it results in like a fight between Morbius and a couple men on the ship, and then we see Dr. Bancroft knocked out unconscious. But we did get a Venom reference like from the cops saying that we have anything this good since San Francisco, referring to the demons of Venom, or Venom let there be carnage. And then we see Michael attacking someone with a knife saying "I am Venom," which is a direct reference to Venom. And then after that, we see Morbius trying out different things as he discovers his powers as like a living vampire. As you see, like the bad radar, and of course he has the bad DNA as well. And then we see him drink artificial blood because of that. That's what he does as he's a living vampire now. He consumes blood, and then we see Milo walk in as well, and then we see Milo trying to like get in control of Morbius. And then with Morbius, he reveals that like with the cure, it will save them. It can make Michael good, but Milo not good, and that he dies. And then after that, he tells Milo to get out of the lab, as Milo is just trying to help Michael. And then we get towards the action scenes of the film, which were pretty great, and it's with the nurse being attacked by Milo, and we end up with Morbius stuck in prison because he was arrested by Tyrese Gibson's character, who was a cop. And then we see Morbius trying to escape from prison, and at which we were going to see the scene with the Spider-Man on the wall that's labeled murder on it, but we didn't see that. It was cut from the film entirely. And then we see a fight scene between with Morbius and Milo in like a subway station and trying to attack each other. And then we see Morbius like flying like on the side of a train as well. Plus, all the Spider-Man connections that we were gonna see in this film, we didn't see that it got cut from the film entirely. But we did see like a Milo going through the Daily Bugle from Tobey Maguire's universe, in which we saw Black Cat and Rhino. And plus, with Michael Morbius, he's a protagonist against Milo, because I think because with Milo, he's definitely the true villain, and plus he has the after effects, because with Milo being the main villain of the film, with Matt Smith's character, he's now the villain of the film. Now with the cure, it was going to be used to turn it into something evil. And now when it's like a third and final act, we see Michael's mentor being killed by Milo, and then we see Michael and Milo fighting each other as well in the final act. And we see a kiss scene between Michael and Dr. Bancroft, and then as we see a final fight between Milo and Michael, and then we see Morbius being thrown into a women's sign, and then we see a final fight between Michael and Milo, and then it results of Milo being killed by Michael, and then after that we see Dr. Bancroft, who thought was killed but then is alive, and then we see a final shot of Morbius flying over the city, and then the movie ends from there. And then we get to the two post-credit scenes, and plus when I saw them for the first time in theaters, I think like, it didn't make any sense, but it was a good post-credit scenes. And then with the first post-credit scene, we see Michael Keaton's Vulture in a prison being transported from another universe into this universe. It's a Morbius universe. In fact, with the Morbius universe, which is now in like the metaverse, which is entered by Daniel Espinosa, the director of the film, who entered in a Twitter Q&A thread like a week before the movie came out, and we see the multiversal cracks from the end of Spider-Man No Way Home, and we get no explanation to why Michael Keaton's Vulture is in prison, and plus with the Doctor Strange spell at the end of Spider-Man No Way Home that was supposed to send everyone back home to their universes, and with the villains, and with the Tobey and Andrew Spider-Man as well. But I feel like in this first post-credit scene, we see all the people being transported back into many other universes, as we see here with Michael Keaton's Vulture being sent back to prison, and being mysteriously reappearing back in jail in the same prison jumpsuit as we saw in the post-credit scene of Spider-Man Homecoming. And with the Morbius, it was supposed to come out before Spider-Man No Way Home, and so we didn't get an explanation for that. And then he just like got out of prison and in handcuffs, and then the first post-credit scene ends from there. And now with the second post-credit scene, we see Morbius driving to a remote area, at which he could have just like flown over, but he drives to a remote area, and then we see a Vulture in his suit, which was kind of confusing as to why he left the prison. And plus with this, he was in prison with a Vulture, and then he's in a new suit, or it's not the same suit from Spider-Man Homecoming, but it's a different suit in its post-credit scene. And now with the Vulture saying to Michael, saying that he has no idea why he is here, and that he wants revenge against Spider-Man, and which this is obviously referring to Tom Holland's Spider-Man from his universe. And now with Vulture saying that he has no idea why he is here, or that he doesn't want to go back into fighting his family. He has Michael to go with him to say that the Six of them will make a very good team. There's obviously setting up the Sinister Six, of course, and then with the Morbius, he just accepts, and then the post-credit scene ends from there. With the Vulture scenes, they were cut from the film entirely, and they see them just for the two post-credit scenes. And now with Vulture assembling a Sinister Six with the Morbius like recruiting him like with the Vulture to join him with the Sinister Six. And plus this was like an idea from Sony back in 2014 after the Amazing Spider-Man 2 with Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, is that they were going to be assembling the Sinister Six, and with the Morbius just joining him. It feels like with the Morbius being an anti-hero, and with that he feels though in intriguing. He finds it so intriguing, and then Noah joins him. And yeah, with the Morbius, and for me, I kind of didn't like this film. I thought the story was okay, but it wasn't like a great film to me, to be honest. But I feel like with this movie, it didn't have all the Spider-Man connections in this film entirely. It was all cut out, and from the way that Sony marketed this movie, I thought it was a false marketing. But let's wait for more Spider-Man spin-off films on the way, especially for the Kraven the Hunter and for the Madam Web film and stuff like that. And with the Morbius, it was definitely like a solo film. It was like a Spider-Man spin-off film as well. But yeah, I can't wait for more Spider-Man spin-off films on the way, and yeah, I'm pretty excited for those as well. So that's me for this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and what you thought of Morbius. Give me a rating between 1 out of 10. Don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to the notification bell for future videos. And you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter for live updates. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.